Very good afternoon to all. Welcome to Tally CA Connect. So great to see close to 400 plus people at the start of this session. So that only states the significance of today's topic of discussion. That is on the ICAI guidelines on the new financial format for the new financial statements required for the non-corporate entities. So we did earlier address this session at the CA Connect forum where a CA had found a workaround using Power Query and the BI tools. And we received a lot of requests from the CA community to give us a much simpler solution. And considering the relevance and the urgency of this requirement, we have come up with this new solution that will enable you to generate the financial statements in the required format with very minimal manual effort. So this add-on will allow you to automate the mapping, generate the financial statements. And so this solution is going to be live in the upcoming week. And we wanted to do this exclusive preview for the CA community. And it would be like a training for the CAs. So as and when it goes live on the portal, you will already know how to use the solution. And you can start using it during this audit season itself. So so we have from our product management team, Darshan H Shah, who will take us through the solution. We also have a line of product experts in our panel today, considering the huge volume, almost close to 500 people now. So I will request everyone to please put your queries in the Q&A instead of chat so that we can make sure that all your queries are answered. We can track them better in the Q&A section. So thank you so much for joining. And Darshan, can we begin? Over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Komal. We'll start the session in a minute. Okay.
Okay. I've also shared the link of the CA community. I'm sure now most of the CAs who are joining our CA Connect forum on a regular basis are already part of our WhatsApp CA community. But even then, if we have new CAs joining in at today's session, I will request you all that the WhatsApp CA community will be easier to resolve all your queries. You can connect with fellow peers. You can get your tally queries answered or any query related to the domain or the practice. I'm sure I'll just send in the link again. So Darshan, let me know as and when you're ready. Okay.
Yeah, so we are ready. Just wanted to
Great.
confirm whether my screen is visible or not.
Yeah, the slide screen is visible. Yes.
Great. Okay. So good afternoon all. Welcome to the session. My name is Darshan Shah and I'm from the Tally product management team. Today we will be walking through the smart solution, okay, the financial statements for the non-corporate entities which were developed. Okay, so we have seen in the market and with the new, I'll just walk through the agenda. We'll talk about what is the importance of the financial statements, okay, for the non-corporate entities. Okay, what is the scope and what are the solution we are providing in the Tally, okay, and how do I get this live working in my Tally, okay, with the Tally license. Okay, so we will be walking through that. We will see the product demo, okay, and we will be having a QA session. So taking to you into the session. So as we all aware that the guidance notes provided by the institute, okay, clearly says that they have proposed a format for non-corporate entities. Non-corporate entities we can say it as sole proprietor, partnership firms, trusts, societies, HUFs, etc. Okay, means those who are not companies, okay, private or public limited companies. So for them, they have given the guidelines that how the financial statements are to be prepared. So these financial statements are not just balance sheet and P&L. Okay, they have to be supported along with the number of notes. Okay, so now notes is basically an additional information to the balance sheet or the profit and loss elements. Now this has got applicable, okay, from this year, means basically the financial year, okay, 24-25. The balance sheet which needs to be provided or the format which is to be provided is to be in this format as per the guidelines. So what needs to be provided? Okay, balance sheet, profit and loss account, cash flow statement, which is not a mandatory area for non-corporate entities, but notes to the accounts, or even they call it as schedules. Okay, so these are important things. So majorly we have covered the balance sheet, profit and loss account, and notes to accounts. So what we have done it in Tally. So this is the first time in Tally what we have done is that, okay, yes, we have taken the data, okay, from Tally into an automated Excel, a smart Excel, okay, through which you will be able to plan your making of the financial statements with a lot of ease. We have checked with a lot of chartered accountants, okay, when we surveyed that key, how they are preparing right now. So they are majorly using the Excel, okay, and either it's an automated, it is like a manual area of inputs. Okay, so semi-automated way, they have definitely found out a solution, but not a standardized way. Okay, so this we have attempted that key, you can get a standardized solution, okay, for the financial statements and the notes for it. We have covered the entities, sole proprietorships, partnership firms, and HUFs. What will be the steps involved? Okay, the steps involvement would be extracting data from Tally into this Excel. Okay, it would be via an XML fragment. And then all the activities, we will be doing it in Excel. And through Excel, we will be doing the activities of mapping. Okay, and additional notes we will be providing the information, and then we will be printing into it. Now we have given good options for the printing area also, which you would definitely like. But before going into the mapping of the data, what is basically the mapping of data? So as we all know, when we see Tally, okay, so when we see Tally, that time we see the balance sheet which is provided is in it's a particular format. Now this format, okay, has become, means it needs to be revised to the latest format provided by the department. What are the department's format? Okay, this is the format which they have provided. Okay, with the comparison with the previous year, okay, they have classified the things in the vertical format. Okay, equity and liability and assets. Okay, so this would be the format of balance sheet, and the P&L would be, yeah, and this would be the format of P&L. Now, how do we reach from Tally to this new format of the balance sheet and P&L, which the department has proposed to us? I hope this makes things clearer. Okay. Now, let me take you to this. Thank you. How do I get this into my Tally? Now, this is an add-on plugin solution. Okay, how exactly a chartered accountant will be able to get this? Okay, it is available for any user, but I know that it would be more useful to the chartered accountants because he has to prepare the client's income tax balance sheet P&Ls, okay, for it. Now, we will be providing you a link, okay, through which you just need to submit your Tally serial number. And with this Tally serial number, okay, there would be a solution, the TDL, okay, will be shipped into your Tally product automatically, okay, with the update of Tally license. And we will be providing you an Excel file, okay, the automated Excel file, which will help you to do all the balance sheet and financial statements making. This would be soon available by coming week for all the users. So let me take you to the process, simple process, 1, 2, 3. Okay, Tally to Excel via XML, mapping of the trial balance, stocks or bills in the Excel file. And with the additional notes, we directly need to go for the printing part. So very simple steps. Okay. But yes, it's a detailed process. Okay. Every element of the balance sheet is to be covered. Every element of the profit and loss account is to be covered in the specific notes and in the format provided by the department. Now, let me take you directly to the process. Okay, so let's say once you have downloaded or you have updated your license, the customization, the add-on, okay, will be enabled in your Tally. And after enabling the in your Tally, if you are having access to balance sheet, okay, then you get the option in the export called financial statements for non-corporate entities. Now, this option would be available for all the releases of Tally Prime after 6. Okay, so from 6.0, 6.1, and any forthcoming products release of Tally after 6 will be having this option. So through this, you can just click on this financial statements. Now, what we have provided over here, generally, as we know that 2 years data needs to be exported, okay, we see current year and previous year together in the same company. But it's quite possible that you would have splitted the company. The last year company you would have split and it would be as a different company in your Tally. Now, how do I get to it? Okay, so what I need to do is I can go to this configuration. I can go, I get the option over here for previous year data is in a separate company. As I make this option yes, now I get the option to select the other company. Now that company will be listed over here only if you have loaded the company. This would be definitely helpful for many users whose data are huge and they would have splitted the company because of some reason. Okay, so you need not worry about that. Both two companies, separate companies, 2 years separate companies, still it will be addressable in Tally. Simultaneously, if you want to go for a simple way of imports, okay, means you want to take only the current company from one company and the previous year from another company, that flexibility also has been provided in this format. So let us walk through the simplest and the most used area, that is the current year and the previous year together. Okay, and we export from here directly, and this it will create a file called financial statement for NCE. NCE is a widely used term nowadays because non-corporate entities is one of the abbreviation getting leverage over here in this by making of the financial statements. Now, here when we see export, okay, just click this export. I already have a file. I'm overriding that and it has been created. Okay, one need to take care that key you generate it with your current year, okay, 24, 25, okay, and if there is any previous year data in this company, okay, 23, 24, that will also be exported. Now, what it is exporting? Okay, it is exporting good information along with your trial balance. Now, let us go to the Excel file.
Darshan,
So,
are you okay?
yeah, sorry. Okay, so this is the Excel file which will be available for you. Now you need to explore this Excel file. This Excel file has a lot of sheets. Okay, so this is the basic information screen, okay, which will help you to import the XML file, which is you have exported from the Tally. Now here, there are multiple options provided, but here let us go step by step, okay, to explore this Excel file. Now, here, since there are multiple Excel files, okay, we have provided an index, okay, which will help you to navigate into this entire file. And as I asked you that what all things Tally is exporting. So Tally is exporting trial balance of current year and previous year, stock summaries of current year and previous year, trade payables and trade receivables of both the years. So this Tally is exporting and it will give you the option to import into this Excel file and do the mapping. Now we'll go step by step. Okay, there is also a README document very nicely made for the user so that they can easily walk through that what are the best practices for this Excel. Okay, so that I can understand this Excel in a better way and I can do the mapping in a better way. So this README document will help you to a greater extent. Beyond that, we have also provided you the links of videos in this README document, which will take you to these videos and help you to navigate how the import or export has to be done or how the mapping has to be done. Okay, so all this information would be available in this README and the help documents. Now, so let us go into this basic information screen. Here, it gives me a button, select XML file to import. When I click this, it takes me to the Tally folder, or I can navigate it through a browser and pick up the file which I have exported from Tally. Okay. Now here, I just say OK. And now it has imported the data. But along with that, okay, what it has done is it is also doing partial auto mapping into your data. Now, what is this partial auto mapping? Now, see here, it gives the information that the data imported successfully for the current year and previous year, the stock, the trial balance, trade receivables, and trade payables information has been imported. Now, I was talking about the mapping part. Okay, so what Tally has done, these are the two files, trial balance current year and trial balance previous year. As I go into this trial balance current year, I can see all the ledgers been listed over here. Now, this is a totally open file. You can do whatever flexible means all the filters you can do. You can hide the columns based upon your liberty. So here what we have done is, okay, we have provided you for all the ledgers. I'll just explore it and open it for you so that you can explore it to the best level. Now, what all things we have provided you over here? Ledger name, we have provided parent group, the immediate parent of this ledger is given over here. But along with that, it is tagged with the which 28 groups provided by the Tally. It is also listed over here. Many a times we changed the names of the default groups. So Tally has provided even one more option, that is Tally group. And if anything is a primary, okay, then you have the option for nature of group. Okay, in quite detailed area, we have provided this so that you do not miss out any understanding of the ledgers created. Now, as many of people say that we need to deal with only the closing balances. So why we require opening balance? But we have seen a pattern of all the chartered accountants that whenever they see the trial balance in Tally, okay, they definitely would like to see with its opening balance, debit totals, credit totals, and the closing balances. So that's why we have made an attempt that not only the closing balance, but also the opening balances will be provided in the subject. Here, we have also provided bifurcate balance, which I will take to you on that place once I have done some mapping. Okay, now here we have provided 5 type of classifications. Okay, now based upon Tally's understanding, you need not do all these classifications. Okay, the classifications 1 and 2 will be automated, and classification 3, to the best of the Tally's knowledge, okay, it has classified into the respective heads. Now these are the heads provided by the institute. Okay, so that nomenclatures we have retained over here, and we have provided you over here with a conditional drop down. Okay, so for example, if I've selected owner's capital account, okay, based upon that, I get the options over here. If I've selected borrowings, okay, then I will get the drop downs, okay, the classifications based upon the borrowings. So this is the way we have planted over here so that it's no more a confusion for you. It gives you a ready-made answer that for this selection, step-by-step selection, what options I need to be selecting for classification. Now, we'll start with the classification. So let me hide some columns for better classification. For the time being, I'm hiding this. Yes. Okay, so now I'm having ledgers with me. Okay, and I know to some extent which options I need to select for this. So for example, Abhinash Capital, I'm one by one selecting this. Capital 1, Capital 2. They have current accounts also. So I will be selecting current account 1, current account 2. Now I do have two reserves with me, capital reserve and general reserve. Now if we see the institute's format, okay, they have provided with few reserve names. So here we are having capital reserve, revaluation reserve, okay, and profit and loss account. Now, here if I feel that I need to create a one more reserve account based upon my client's data, then I can create them too. So you need not worry about that Tally is giving you only the heads which department has given. But if you want to add some heads into your notes, you can definitely do that. Now here, I first select the capital reserve. Now this is the general reserve which is not there in the list. So I just need to click onto other reserves, specify nature. Once I do this, I just need to provide the name. Now this is the yellow line, okay, the yellow color, which tells that it requires a user input. Along with that, it provides you the status also that whether the entire classification or the mapping has been done or not. So this is an unmapped area. Until and unless I add onto this classification, this unmapped area would not go. Now here, I'll just provide it's a general reserve. And now see, the unmapped area, the unmapped tagging has gone away. But remember, if I see the notes to this reserves and surplus, okay, then I would not be able to see that in my list, in my notes. So what I need to do is the new name, the new nomenclature which I have created over here, I need to update in my notes. And for that, I need to click on a button provided on the top, that is update notes with classification 5. So once I click this, it will add a new option in my reserves and surplus. Done. All the notes updated successfully. Okay. And now if I see that reserves and surplus, I will be able to see that option. See, general reserve, and it has come over here. So let me do some more classifications for you so that I can see the other features. Now these are borrowings. There was an OD account which Tally has understood that it generally comes to secured loans repayable on demand from bank. Now, over and above that, if you want to override it, not a problem. You can just select the option from the drop down. Now here we have seen these are some loans which I'll just configure over here. Loan from NBFC. So term loan from other parties other than bank, related parties, unsecured term loan. Now I've done the classification for borrowings. Simultaneously, all the other classifications I can do. So I'll quickly run through that. Salaries payable, GST payable, GST payable, TDS payable. Now I come to the provisions. So in the provisions, I've made provision for gratuity, okay, leave encashment. Now, these are my sundry creditors. Just to keep this session a smaller one, what I have done, I've created three creditors. Okay, I need to give a classification in the notes for MSME and non-MSME. So here I select non-MSME and I can copy this and I can paste to the number of all the sundry creditors. Let's say it could be 330 or 300. Okay, I can just do copy paste for the bulk. Okay, and it will update all the ledgers for it. I do have a ledger for profit and loss account. These are undistributed profits. Okay, so I can configure it into reserves and surplus in the profit and loss account. Now, here comes our area for fixed assets. Now, what we have provided that generally, okay, for the non-corporate entities, we would be having the profit, the FAR, in the format of net. Okay, it would not be having much information in the terms of gross. Now, see, it's quite possible that the client might be maintaining the data in gross. Okay, so now we have provided a flexibility to the user in the basic information screen where the user can select the PPE and intangible block will be in the net block format or it will be in the gross block format. By default, we have set to net block, and based upon this net block, your fixed asset register would be prepared in that format. But if you want to select gross, you can even select this gross and provide the information accordingly. Now see here, I've selected gross. And if I've selected gross, here I can change from net to gross, and then I will get all the options relating to gross and accumulated depreciation. However, seeing the standards into the non-corporate entities, today's example, I will take net block. Now, once I've taken this net block, okay, let me go and do the mapping for all the assets. So here, I'll select net, I'll select furniture and fixtures. This is land. Now, I'm coming to the investments. Investments, this is a go down which I'm having. So it's a property. It is an unquoted investment property. Then I have equity shares. So it is quoted. So these are all the options provided by the department. So the same nomenclatures I'm using over here. Prepaid expenses, security deposits, capital advances, secured, unsecured, all the options would be available. Now, all the trade receivables we have classified under unsecured considered good. But still, if you want to overwrite it, you can definitely go there and overwrite this option. As we know, cash in hand, these are the standard ones provided by Tally. So all the ledgers created under cash on hand has been classified as class on hand over here. Banks are created under current accounts. Here, advance tax. Okay, I can classify into assets. Here, provisions. Now see, the client has classified this provision of income tax in asset. Okay, but if I want to override it, I can definitely go to this liability. I can select provisions and accordingly I can map it. So it gives you all the flexibility to make the changes. Capital. This is part of PPE. Software, goodwill, all the options have been selected. Now we have completed with all the liabilities and all the assets. Now let us see the incomes and expenses ledger. So let us see the incomes, sale of products and sale of services. In the income side, okay, these are the classifications available. Other incomes, dividend income, interest income. Now here also, if you want to create your own head, it would not restrict you. You just need to select the last option over here, specify nature. Once you click this, you can create your own header. Now here we see purchase of stock in hand, purchase of raw material. I classify this into raw material only. Okay, these are depreciation related. So I just need to select depreciations. For intangible, for tangible, employee welfare. So I would like to configure it into employee benefit, staff welfare. Not a big, huge list. I've kept the data smaller. So we are closing onto it. So financial cost for Forex gain or loss. Now here also, if you want to create your own heads, not a problem. You just need to click this. Printing and stationery, other expenses, partners remuneration, others, and last is the travel one. Done. This is the only thing I need to do. Okay, but you might be worried about that key, how exactly it has gone into the balance sheet and P&L. And beyond that, we also need to see the notes part of it. So let us see the notes part of it. But first, let us see balance sheet. So all the unmapped ledgers, okay, has gone and mapped. We have done the mapping for the current year, okay, and not for the previous year. So these are the ledgers which are yet to be mapped in the previous year sheet. So TBPY, okay, is the sheet where I need to go and configure. But let me go through this once. Okay, the balance sheet area. Okay, first the P&L. Okay, the P&L, it will exactly match with the P&L figures of my tally. So it's 13,25,772.92. So if I go into tally and would like to see that, I see the same figure over here. Okay, 13,25,772.92. Okay, and this will close my balance sheet with all the mappings. Somewhere I need to see that these are all the long terms which are not classified. So what Tally has done? So let me show you those areas. Now, here we are having the trial balance, and the trial balance we had classified few ledgers, okay, as borrowings. Now these borrowings need to be classified under current and non-current. So how do I do that? So we have provided few options over there like the bifurcate balance. And in the bifurcate balance, okay, all the balances of borrowings we have classified under current. And now if I want to go and map it to the non-current area, so I just need to provide a figure over here. Let's say out of this 57,000, long-term amount is, let's say 50,000. Means that is beyond 1 year I would be repaying. So this is 20 lakhs. Out of this 20 lakhs, I'll just go for this 18 lakhs. Okay. So 18 lakhs is for the current area. Sorry, non-current area. Simultaneously, I see there's a loan, okay, from my friend, okay, for 5 lakh rupees to whom I will be paying only 4 lakhs, means 1 lakh in the next year and the 4 lakh after that. So I just need to classify this. And now if you see my balance sheet, now I'm able to see the long-term borrowings figures have also come up. Now simultaneously, now if you want to see the notes part for it, okay, you can definitely see it in the uh, notes to balance sheet 4 to 6. Now you can see this 18 lakh rupees, this 4 lakh rupees, this 50,000 has come in its respective places. And this will really help to classify the things in a most simpler way. So simultaneously, if you can see, okay, the balances in the short-term borrowings, okay, the balance amount has come over here. So this type of ease we have tried to provide you for breaking up to the current and non-current area. So friends, what we have done till now, we have imported the data into this Excel file. We have done the mapping for it. Okay, mapping with some ease, okay, with all the flexibility of Tally. You can do filters also. Like if I want to do filter and say that first I would like to classify all the incomes or all the expenses. So this filter buttons are already available. You can definitely click that and to complete that portion of your work. Okay, and then switch to next work. So all that flexibility of hiding the things, okay, the columns, because at some time you might be requiring, sometimes you might not require it. Okay, but we have provided you with the information based upon your choice. You can make the fields or the cells or the columns visible to you. Now, we have done all these classifications. Okay, we have done the bifurcation of the balances also. Bifurcation of balances is also available for trade receivables. Now, if you want to classify for more than 6 months and less than 6 months, okay, you can also do that. So you just need to think about that what are the figures for it. Okay, that we need to do externally. Okay, if you want to take the data of only the closing balances. Friends, I do have a solution for if you have maintained the things in bill by bill also. Okay, so how do I do that? Let us go and see this topic. Okay, that key, if at all I want to use Tally's bill by bill and feature and give Tally should give me the bifurcation of less than 6 months and more than 6 months, then do not worry, it is already there. So what we need to do now, see what we have provided over here, trade receivables and payables. Now it is taking as per the trial balance, closing balance. Now a user, if he wants to take best use of Tally and its receivables and payables, the bills outstanding, okay, then he just need to switch over here and he will be selecting as per not trial balance, but he would select as per the trade receivables and payables. Now, friends, as in the start, I had said there are few more things which we have given it to you. Okay, so these are the receivables, these are the payables, and now you can do all the classification based upon that. Now, for example, this Tally has automatically classified you. Okay, these balances are more than 6 months. These balances are still staying on account. Now, one option is available that you can go back to Tally and make it properly on account. You can shift it to the respective bills. Okay, but if at all for a quick decision, you can make a change here itself. Currently, what we have done is we have put all the figures of on account into less than 6 months. Now, if you want to switch this from 6 months, less than 6 months to more than 6 months to any of these figures, you have all the options. Okay, so you just need to make over here that this 60,000, I would like to keep 30,000 over here in more than 6 months and 30,000 in less than 6 months. That is all your choice. So it gives you the complete flexibility of maintaining this receivables and payables. Here, all the options would be available. Now, friends, what we have done over here, we need to see this. This trade receivable statement, it contains all the debit bills of all the sundry debtors and creditors too. It's quite possible that the sundry creditors, okay, I would have paid something in advance to them. And that is the showing me as a debit bill, debit closing balance. So what I need to do, for example, in this case, let's say there's a sundry creditor called Raj Enterprise. Okay, and it is showing me a debit balance of 50,000. So now if I want to switch, okay, to other area, not into trade receivables, but this is basically my sundry creditors advance, which I have paid to him. So I just need to toggle over here saying that loans and advances, and here I will select whether it is a current advance to the supplier or non-current advance to the supplier. Oh, great. Good response. Thank you so much for this. So this type of flexibility we have provided, which would really help the user that he does not have any restrictions. He had all the flexibility, and as per the norms provided by the department, they can do the classification. So once they have done with this, once again, if we see our balance sheet, it would be picking up all the ledgers, all the balances from this trade receivables and payable sheet, and it will not be taking the closing balances of debtors and creditors from the trial balance. So now if we see over here, I'll give you a small glimpse. Okay, if at all I have not classified one receivable, okay, so let's say I'll just pick up this 40,000 rupees. These have not classified, so it will show me as unmapped. Okay, now this 40,000 will be given as a good information intimation to me in my balance sheet that this 40,000 rupees I have to configure. It will be shown to me as unmapped trade receivables, and it requires an action to be done. So one can definitely go to this trade receivables and complete its mapping. So now let me complete this by going back into this trade receivables and configure it to the right head. Okay. So now I have classified this, and now my balance sheet will be showing that there are no pending unpaid bills. But still something is showing me over here. What is it left? Okay. So it is still left with the previous year columns. Let me take you to that later on. Okay, we will be doing it patiently. But one more thing which I would like to show you along with the straight receivables and payable is about the stocks. Now, what we have done for the stocks. So it's quite understandable by users of Tally that we have provided two type of stocks enablement. Like in the balance sheet, if I want the stock summary, okay, the closing stock to be picked up from stock summary, okay, then I can do it from enabling this feature called as integrate accounts with inventory as yes. So if I made this option yes, then all my stocks will be exported from Tally, okay, into this exclusive sheets of stocks current year and stock previous year. We have classified all of them into trade, stock in trade. Now I do have the options to toggle and change it to raw material, packing material, other material, work in progress, finished goods. So now, if anybody wants to do this change, definitely they can do this change, and then it will simultaneously give you the options in your profit and loss account, sorry, in your profit and loss accounts in the cost of goods sold. Okay, so it will classify the inventory into its respective buckets of raw material consumed, packing material, other material, and stock in trade. So it will take all the care of your stocks. And beyond that, if at all you want that you would like to mention your own stock information, maybe calculating it externally, no need to worry about that. Okay, you just need to remove this all the information and just provide your information over here that okay, this is the name of my goods. Okay, and I would like to classify this opening balance and the closing balances, okay, in this respective heads. So that's all we need to do. And now I hope this would be liked by people. The stock thing also we have taken care of. And now only worry is that all these things I have done for the current year. Now, what about I need to do for your previous year? The same mapping? Friends, need not worry about it. You just need to click few buttons and you are done with it. And not few buttons, only one button you need to click, and that is copy mapping from current year. Now I just click this. It will take some time. But it is done now. Okay, mapping copied successfully and it's done. Okay, so all the mappings has copied over here. Yes, don't ask me about that key whether it has classified the figures also in the bifurcate balance. No, we need to do this, okay, because every year the balance would be different. Okay, and that's why a user chartered accountant's intervention is very much necessary over here. But now with this classification, this mapping of the previous year, now I am ready with my balance sheet. And now see, all the unmapped area which was there in my balance sheet, okay, has been removed and now my balance sheet is ready. If at all I want to add some new additional notes to my uh, this note area, okay, I can definitely, we have provided few things where you can just keep on adding some additional information, okay, and then you can definitely take a print. Now, so what are the prints options we are giving you? Print current sheet. So now I click on this button called as print. Multiple options we have provided over here. If you click on yes, it will be exported into PDF. If no, then it will show you a print preview and you can directly give command to your printer. And then if you cancel it as usual, what's the meaning of cancel? It will cancel this operation. So let me show you this by clicking this option in the PDF. There are few elements over here. Okay, the 6 number, 7 number, 8 number are blank over here. So do I need to print them? Okay, it may occupy unnecessary space. So what we have done is all the blank spaces we have removed and we have given the renumbering accordingly. And now I'm ready with this balance sheet. This all the information which has been provided. Okay, the names I've used over here is of my team who has made this solution. Avinash, Kanishk, Ritika. So they are all over here. Vivek. So they are all over here in the name in this the sample data. Now here, this information you can feed into this Excel, okay, in the basic information screen at below. So it will pick up from here and then you can make the options. So friends, now I'm ready with my balance sheet, my P&L. Okay, if I want to see my notes, I can see my notes also. Okay, now as I've written something in my this note, okay, 4 to 6. How do it get printed? I just show you this. Okay, now it will be shown over here in this way. Okay, now coming back to our other sheets, you can see our gross block also. Gross block is totally empty. Why? Because we had selected for net. So here is the net available where we have provided the information for opening balance, additions, deletions, and depreciation and the closing balance. What we have given over here, few options. Like see, what we have done is, if there is any addition in the ledger, okay, with the debits, okay, so it will be listed over here. But if there is any credits, it will go into this depreciation. Now, we have also given the option that if there is any kind of deletion, okay, if there is any kind of deletion, okay, means if we have sold any goods, so I can just write it over here. So let's say of 10,000 goods I had sold, so I'll just make this 10,000 and it will accordingly change the data. Now here it gives me all the options. There is an option for providing me the rates for the depreciation. I can provide over here for the depreciation rates. Okay, so I can write it over here 10% and XYZ. Okay, these are based upon your choices. We have also provided information relating to capital work in progress, okay, and the intangible assets. All the options would be available over here. Now, friends, lastly, when I'm printing this, you might be asking Darshan, this is all things available in the rupees, and these are few big numbers. Can I convert it into some hundreds or thousands or lakhs? So definitely on the basic information screen, you can go for an option called as round off amount to nearest, and you can opt for these options. So now you can select over here in hundreds or thousands. So let me select thousands, and now my balance sheet and all my notes would be changed to this options. Okay, now amount in rupee thousands. That's it. So this gives me a closure area for like all my things have been done. Only I need to take the printout and give a digital signature or a simple signature to it, and I can finish with my all my clientele works. So making it simple, friends, just I missed out one thing. One thing which I missed out, you might not like the format in which I'm printing. You would like to add something more. So what additionally we have provided? Friends, see this button called as export to MS Excel. And when you click this, okay, what happens? This file, which is a protected Excel file, okay, it will export a file in a new Excel file, okay, and here you get all the options to do any modifications. Yes, it would not be a password or protected, or it would not be linked with any formulas, okay, because everything we have done it in our main Excel file. Now this Excel file is purely for your format purpose. And for that format purpose, you can take all the flexible options of Excel, which can give you all the information. You can do all the flexibility. You can change the color, you can change the font size, page size, anything you would like to do. Okay, so that gives you a complete freedom of the information, and that's it. So now all the flexibility are provided to you. It will create in the same Excel, okay, which where your Excel file was there. For example, this Excel file was there on my desktop, and it has created the Excel file. Okay, it has given a name called as print, and along with the time date stamp. So if you have given some multiple prints, so it will not one good thing is that you can create this separate folders for your clients, and in this every clients folder, you can make use of a fresh new Excel file which you would have downloaded from the portal. When you download from the portal, it will be in a zip format which would be unzipped and automatically given to you. But for different clients, you can keep on unzipping the file, and you can keep it for your other folders and other clientels also. And this entire folder will have all the information. Means if you are exporting into PDF, if you are exporting this into the Excel file, okay, everything will be there inside the same folder. So that's it from my side. I hope people would have liked the options. Okay, this would be available very soon to you. Okay, small things you need to take care. Okay, that key when we are using this file, okay, lot of flexibilities and what all many things has been provided to you. But one thing we need to slightly take a disciplined way of addressing this. Okay, means wherever the options are given, like if you are adding the notes, sorry, if you are adding a new header, you need to click on this button called as update notes, and all this information is very well written in this best practices of readme document. Okay, so friends, I wish that in this audit season, okay, where the department has made something very compulsory for us for all the non-corporate entities, this solution would really help you all. So done from my side. And so if there are some questions, we can really take it up. Komal, on to you.
Yeah. Thanks, Darshan. Very smoothly done. So, just want to address like the most repeatedly asked question was on the Excel template. So, as Darshan explained, ki, the communication will be sent to you, and there will be a link that has a web page, and you will add your serial number and basis. So, the eligibility is if you are using TallyPrime 6.0 version,
Yes.
you can so that you will automatically get an eligible email, and automatically the folder will be downloaded in your default tally folder,
Right.
and there the Excel template will be available, and the option of the NCE will be available in the under the balance sheet P&L.
Yes.
That's right, Darshan, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
just reiterating the steps, so that because the Excel template is not something we can give you separately, you will need it to be live because there's a integration done through it. So please wait for the communication. This session was done for a preview and training, that as and when the solution goes live, you will know how to use it. And a lot of people are asking for the recording. Yes, all the CA Connect recordings are done. I'm sharing the link once more in our playlist in the chat. And I'm sure this is a new solution. So as and when you will start using it, you will have a lot of queries. And if you're already a chartered accountant and already in our WhatsApp community, please put in your queries, and somebody from our product team will reply to it. And the second thing, Darshan, I think most of the queries are answered by the PM team here, Ritika, Vivek, Sarla ma'am. And few questions, if you can just go through the Q&A, few of the questions, one of them is to repeat something. Recording, yes, I will update the recording in a day or two. Please allow us 2 days time. Yes, Mr. Tapan, I have just updated the link. Uh, Ritika, Vivek, do you want any particular question to be answered by Darshan?
Yeah, so just Darshan, just to there's one question where they've asked to re-show the balance sheet. So
Yeah.
I saw a repeat of two notes having the same number. Yeah, if we can show just once the balance sheet thing.
Yeah. Okay. So here, like the investments means the note number has been repeated because
And yeah, just to restate what Komal stated, this will be launched next week, sometime mid of next week, and email communication will be sent out to all CAs and customers for whom this is applicable. And it will have a link to a web page where you can provide your serial number, which will check the eligibility. The eligibility is to just understand whether your release is 6.0 or above. If you're using any release 6.0 and above, this will get auto linked to your serial number, and the Excel will be auto downloaded to your Tally folder. You can unzip and keep a copy for each client, and you can start working for each client with each Excel that is being copied. Yeah.
Darshan, you're showing the
So there
balance
are
sheet
some
bit.
questions around corporate schedule 3. Yes, that is, we are just going live with non-corporates. Immediately in the roadmap is our schedule 3, and you will start hearing about it soon from us.
Thanks, Sarla. Darshan, you will show the balance sheet bit once.
Yeah, it's
The
there on my screen.
uh, Oh, I thought it will be shown on the tally bit. 1 second. What exactly is the question? So, Mr. Shaman, like we said, the link will be shared on the next week. Probably will be able to be live by 5th August, but I'm not committing.
I
It's
think
just the
that's it.
solution is
Other
ready.
things, I think
Yeah,
mostly we have
align.
responded on the
Right.
Q&A panel. There are some more queries. We will try and respond to them as well. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a question by
Komal, we are not able to
Vandana
hear you.
ma'am. Is it?
Uh,
Hello? Am I audible?
yeah, Komal, you
No,
are audible.
not able
Yeah.
to hear.
Uh, Darshan, can you hear me?
Yes, Komal, I'm
Yeah.
there.
There is one more question. Does it need to be a valid TSS to use this feature? No,
If,
right?
if you if you are having 6.0, that's sufficient enough.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
So active
Thanks.
TSS is not needed, but yes,
6.0
have to
is
be on the
needed.
latest release. 6.0, any release after 6.0.
Okay. Understood. I'm just quickly glancing through the questions if in case we need to do it. I hope you all have already gone through, so I don't need to do this. So we can conclude this session. Thank you so much. It's great that we had today close to 800 plus audience to join this session and learn from it. So once again in the chat, I've actually disabled the chat so that the link is not lost. If you see my last message, one is on the YouTube playlist and one is of the CA community. And please stay tuned everywhere on Tally social media if you're already with us in your email ID. And if you're already part of our CA community, you will receive all the communication. Hopefully, we'll be there in the next 3-4 days. The solution is ready. Just the delay is bit. We want to be aligned with the all the support you might be needing, and that's all the process is being done. So thank you so much. Thank you, Sarla, Ritika, Sanjay, Vivek. We have answered more than 100 queries today, and thank you so much for your support and for our CA Connect forum. I will now end this session, and hopefully, the recording will be available in a day or two. Thank you all.
Sorry, Komal,
Yeah.
I think there are few questions. I think people are really eager to hear it. So,
Okay. Yeah,
should we
please.
take it up?
Yes, yes, please. Yes, please. Let's do it.
Sarla,
We
we
anyway
can,
have half an hour time. Yeah.
Sarla, madam, we can pick up a few questions which would help to others also.
Yeah.
They will have to unmute for hearing him. Yeah, somebody's near Sarla, ma'am. You have to disable the mic.
Okay.
And just for information, there would be many sessions down the line happening for this solution. So you can even come there into that sessions, okay, and get your doubts cleared. Yeah.
Yeah, yes, for sure. Sarla, ma'am, are you reading out the questions?
I'm just quickly glancing it through.
Yeah. Maybe Darshan, if you see any
Yeah.
questions
Yeah.
that needs to be brought
Anything that
up,
you
can you
want to
read
read
out?
again?
Yeah.
So there is one question in relation to the ODBC. Okay, that key, is there any challenge to use ODBC or anything of that sort? We slightly went into the security part of the data. Okay, so for example, if somebody is having access to balance sheet, only for that person, the export option would be available. So with that, all reasons, we have built up that in the product. Okay, first he has to enter into the company with a right username and password who is having access to balance sheet, and that person can only export this data into the Excel. So with that reason, we have used the intermediary area of XML and then Excel.
Darshan, in your deck, there was a page that showed that what all come under the non-corporate entity. Even that's a question as well. Could
So
you
yeah,
show that people the
yeah.
screen?
So non-corporate entities, there are many entities which comes across. Okay. But what we have addressed is we have addressed it, the sole proprietorship firms, partnership firms, and HUF. Okay. Others we will see down the line. Okay. Like charitable trust and those people that we will be seeing later on because they are slightly in a different format. But currently, looking onto the focus and the more areas of CS working, okay, is onto the sole proprietorship, partnership, and HUF. So that we have provided as the earliest solution.
Okay, thank you. Sarla ma'am, are you going to take up any question?
Darshan, there's a question with respect to is there a contra or rectification in asset ledger? How do we deal with it? Is it something that you want to take it up?
See, contra or would not get the question in that detail.
Okay.
Can you
But
read out the entire question?
No, that is the question. So
that's the
basically,
question.
what I understood is basically I'm looking at any adjustment entries that are being done. How will it reflect?
So basically, we are picking up all the closing balances from Tally. Okay, so we also have the debit and credits onto it. But transaction level information, we are not picking it up. But yes, we have provided the flexibility that they can add up into the area. The example which I had taken, that if there was any uh, out, the 1 minute, I'll show that. So here, if there is any
Darshan,
generally,
your screen share is paused as of now. We are
oh,
not able to
sorry.
see any
Yeah,
screen.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here, when we see the gross, this fixed assets net. Okay, so here debits we have taken it as additions. Okay, and all the credits we have taken it as depreciation. Okay, but many a times if we feel that means this amount which is there, okay, we need to take it up in this context, then we can provide the deletion amount also, which will help us onto that.
So yeah, Darshan, the next question that we can just explain, can you give some examples where there is change in tally data and how we can refresh Excel file? I think this is quite
Yes,
something that we may not
very
get.
interesting. Yes. So this is a very good question. Okay. So what we can do is, means if you have done any modifications into Tally, okay, the data are to be refreshed. But now if you think that key after refreshing the data, how Tally will understand that means I have done a lot of mapping for that. It's quite a common scenario. The articles prepare the draft balance sheets, okay, and then discuss with chartered accountants and clients and make the corrections in Tally. So after doing that correction in Tally, you need not worry. You just need to re-export the data. Okay, after exporting the data, you can come to your Tally, sorry, this Excel file. And once you are coming back to this Excel file, before re-importing that Excel file, XML file, you just need to click on this button called a save mapping. So once you have done the save mapping and then you are re-importing the data, okay, all your mapping information will be saved. Okay, so it will reallocate all the mapping information which you have done earlier. Yes, once again, the amounts of bifurcation will not be carry forwarded. That you need to do it. Yeah, that was a really good question. That would help many people. That how do I refresh my data?
Yeah. So yeah, Darshan, there's one other question which we can answer. We okay, can we transfer the current year profit to reserves and surplus, or it will automatically transfer it?
No, we need to transfer it, okay, because this is the closing entries or the adjustment entries which the auditors always suggest their clients to do. Okay, so one has to do that. If he's not doing it, then it will be staying in your reserves and surplus. So anyways, your balance sheet would not be hampered. It will be definitely taken care of.
So
Yeah.
the other question that we can take up, I
Uh,
think you have already answered, but we can re-emphasize. If
uh,
any particular line item has zero value, it should not be under balance sheet or P&L account. Is there any way that those items should not be in balance sheet? Is there a way that we can remove them?
So we have given that smart print only. Okay, like for example, when I was exporting this, so these three options are not there. Okay, and that's why I just need to click on this print current sheet. Okay, when I do this, these options will not be seen. And one interesting, yeah, so I'll just show you once again the print of it. Now this note numbers will be reclassified. Okay, there is a one question which is quietly rotating over here, that there is a 11 number note which has been repeated over here. The 11 number note is repeated because what we have done is that the investment subject, we have taken it under only one note, okay, where notes, non-current investments and current investments are part of one note. And that's why it is showing a repeated 11 number. Friends, really interesting questions are there. And with the paucity of time, we'll definitely pick up one or two more. Okay. And we'll see to it that we conduct more some sessions like this so that you can have a direct interaction with us.
Yeah, Darshan, lastly, one question that we can
Yeah.
pick up. The
Please.
signature details of CAs, where can we give in the details and how does it come in balance sheet?
Oh, sure. So in the Excel file, okay, the first page, which we are calling it as basic information screen. Okay, here we can write the details of all the partners or the owners of this company, okay, means of this firm. And we can talk about the CA firm, which is signing this, okay, along with the CA name. And this would be replicated in my balance sheet and P&L at the bottom over here. I hope that answers, Sarla.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. There was a question that can we do this from ERP software? Means if you're talking about Tally ERP 9, okay, so friends, we need to take it to Tally Prime, okay, which is the latest one. Okay, there are many options available in Tally Prime, and this option would be available from release 6.0 onwards. Notes, there is a question relating to notes while printing. So in printing also same logic we have used. Okay, if we take up any note, okay, so where there are blanks, okay, they will be not be printing to save pages. And wherever the notes, the figures are there, it will be printed. And once again, as I told you, this is one of the very understanding solution which we have provided, that if you want to export and have your own format, okay, you can export to MS Excel, okay, with the unprotected Excel file, do as many changes as you want. Done. So thank you. We can call off. Sorry, Komal, Sarla
Yeah,
madam.
we can call off just एक बार last के questions if you can just see through कि there are some more questions on the product itself that will it be available for LLP or currently it is not available.
See, LLPs, you can use it, okay. But if there are additional notes which they are asking and which are not provided in this solution for non-corporate entities, you can definitely use the export Excel, okay. And then you can add additional notes to it. So there are much more similarities between the partnership firms and this LLPs. So you can definitely use it, but since it's not to the all the nodes possible, so that's why we have not named the LLPs over here.
Okay, thanks. I think most of the questions are now repeated, which we have answered. One more time, I'm just going to say that the Excel template is not given separately. You will receive a communication in the upcoming week, and there the web page will be there, the link where you can check your eligibility. You need to be using TallyPrime 6.0, and as soon as it is activated, in your default Tally folder you will get a zip file where the Excel template will be available. And I've already shared the recording, and please do not worry, we'll be reaching out to you. You can always write to support@tallysolutions.com, and it reaches us, and we will make sure that all your queries get answered to have your to minimize effort during your audit season. Thank you so much for attending. Thank you so much, Darshan. I will now end the session for all.
Thank you. Thank you all for attending. Thank you so much.